Top of the morning to you out there. Well, if you're seeing this on the day that it premieres, it is excuse me, it's not either. It is St. Patrick's Day. Got my saints messed up, happens. Yep, St. Patrick's. So you're going to see lots of green today. People that deserve it, and some just because they love to, and that's the way it will go on today. And my little lamb today is for another reason. So March, we're going to continue with our conversation about March being a funny weather month, a transitional month, if you will. And there's an old saying that says that March, I'm reading my little note on the back, March, if it comes in like a lamb, it will go out like a lion. Rawr. So what that means is if the weather comes in and the start of the month is calm and pretty temperate weather, like not really cold and bad storms, then the end of the month might be more difficult. And this year's March has been a little like in between, I think. But our little lamb is here to say, Happy Shamrock Day, and to remind us that we have two more stories today. Yes, we do. We have two stories about March. Well, they're not really about March, but you'll get what I mean. So hang tight. So we have two stories as our norm, and then this one, it's a beautiful book. Really, you have to take it out. It's really just gorgeous. It is Everyday Birds by Amy Ludwig VanDerwater, and the artwork is super cool. It is done, they're cut paper illustrations, very graphic, very strong images, done by Dylan Matrano. And in fact, our craft is based on this. I was really so inspired. You wait till you see the owl. Awesome. Okay, so that's our first story. And then our second story is a very beloved author, and this is Jan Brett, and it's Annie and the Wild Animals. And Annie does this whole transition, as do the animals, so that she moves from winter into spring. Yeah, see, segued right back, all right. But I found this cool book, Firefly July, which, who doesn't love fireflies in July? I love them. So it's a year of very short poems, and so I've got a little marked poem about the transition between winter into spring. It's written by Richard White. It goes like this. A wild winter wind is tearing itself to shreds on barbed wire fences. So winter is starting to carve itself up. It happened here in Belgrade already, right, with the rain. It's already starting in fog. It's starting to cut through the snow, and I think that's what this poem is talking about. All right? So watch the changes. They are all around us. So again, this Everyday Birds, wait till we show you the pictures. Gorgeous. And some of the birds that come to Maine will start to change. So here we go. Every day we watch for birds weaving through our sky. We listen to their calls and songs. We like to see them fly. See how beautiful and graphic this book is? It's really pop. This is Maine's Maine state bird, the chickadee. Chickadee wears a wee black cap, and you will know you have chickadees in your yard. They go chickadee dee dee, chickadee dee dee. So when you're out in your yard, listen, chickadee dee dee. And that is our Maine bird right here. Glad it's first. Our blue jays. Jay is loud and bold. Beautiful bird. Very smart bird, the blue jay. The nuthatch perches upside down. That's cool. Finch is clothed in gold. This is the feeder, the seeds inside the feeder. Really cool, the art, right? Beautiful colored bird. Hawk hunts every day for prey. Look at that. Those feathers are like ready to just come right off the page, aren't they? Cardinal flashes fire. So the cardinals are with us all winter long. I hope you see them around your yard. This is the boy cardinal. The girl cardinal is not as vivid red. Okay, so when you see this, you're seeing the boy cardinal. Here he is up in one of the pine trees. Woodpecker taps hollow trees. Yep, can you see all those holes right there? He's got a long beak and he's looking for those insects. That's what he eats. Crow rests on a wire. We have some crows around my house that are pretty darn big crows. I bet you've seen those too, haven't you? We have these in Belgrade. Heron fishes with his bill. So if you're down by the water here in Belgrade or any of our waters, you will see the heron. And here he is. He's got a fish in his mouth. He's got these long legs going down into the water. Sparrow hops in brown. Well, he's on a pretty sharp little fence right there. Hope he's okay. Mockingbird has many voices. So I guess that's why he's called a mockingbird, right? He's pretending to sound like different things. But I don't know that I've ever heard a mockingbird. So I'm going to look that up. Pigeon lives in town, right? So we here, at my house anyway in Belgrade, we have mourning doves, right? And they go coo, coo, like that. This pigeon you might see more in like Waterville or Augusta in this area or the big cities. They're trying to find things to eat that people throw away in the cities or the towns on the sidewalks. Eagle soars above the land. See his sharp talons, right? He's got great vision and he gets down there and swoops down in the water or on the ground. Finds whatever he wants and gets it with those sharp claws. The oriole hangs her nest. And this must take a heck of a long time to make that nest. It's like, look at that, it's like a hammock. This is what I meant. Remember we talked about the owl? I love this picture. Owl swoops soundlessly late at night. That's awesome. Robin puffs his chest. Now the robins will be showing up anytime. Watch your lawns. They will be a bob, bob, bobbin. That's what they do. The robins, they pop, pop, pop. Hummingbird, they have to wait till it gets warmer. Hummingbird drinks flower nectar. They are a marvel to watch a hummingbird. It almost sounds like a bee is coming, and all of a sudden you turn and they whoosh, and they fly any direction they want. Goose flies in a V. So see, right? We see this in like October. And the geese, we can hear them honking overhead, honk, 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 and they're honking. They're ready to get to warmer places. But they will be coming back too. Yes, they will. Bluebird sleeps at meadow's edge. Gull stares at the sea, right? Seagulls. This one's a little kind of yellowy looking, but I bet there's all kinds of variations of gulls because I've seen gulls even in Augusta, and that's not necessarily the ocean, is it? Every day we watch for birds living right outside our door. We pay attention to the birds. Every day we learn some more. Every day we watch for birds weaving through our sky. We listen to their calls and songs. We like to see them fly. Chickadee wears a wee black cap. Jay is loud and bold. Nuthatch perches upside down. Finch is clothed in gold. Hawk hunts every day for prey. Cardinal flashes fire. Woodpecker taps hollow trees. Crow rests on wire. Heron fishes with his bill. Sparrow hops in brown. Mockingbird has many voices. Pigeon lives in town. Eagle soars above the land. Oriole hangs her nest. Owl swoops soundlessly late at night. Robin puffs its chest. Hummingbird drinks flower nectar. Goose flies in a V. Bluebird sleeps in a meadow's edge. Gull stares at the sea. Every day we watch for birds living right outside our door. We pay attention to the birds, and every day we learn more. So see, it was a poem, a beautiful poem, and then the whole book was just a deconstructed version of the poem. And what I really love in the back of this book is it'll tell you more about each type of bird. I really love this book. Please think about coming to the library and getting this book, Everyday Birds by Amy Ludwig VanDerwater and Dylan Matrano with the gorgeous artwork. Okay, all right, little Lammy, you ready? Yes, I'm ready. So we're going to read our second story. Okay. All right, so we're going to read our second story. And our second story, sorry, there's no lamb in the story. Oh, I know, you're very sad. Well, we'll put him down for now. This is Annie and the Wild Animals. And what's really, again, amazing with this story is the artwork. And Jan Brett does her own artwork. She's the artist. And in this particular piece, and in others that she does, watch the borders of the story because they almost look like textiles, like fabric. And I don't want to ruin the story for you page by page, so I'm going to show you what I mean in the beginning with the border, and then you watch for the rest, because you can make guesses based on what you see each page to what's going to come next. You watch, you'll see. Okay, so this is Annie and the Wild Animals by Jan Brett, doing her own beautiful artwork. And she dedicates this book to her grandmother. That's nice. Okay, so in the first few pages, I'm going to show you what she's got for a border, and then you're going to watch for it yourself, right? Okay? Okay. It says, "It has been snowing for days. Winter is lasting too long." Yeah. Wow. Look at that. It's really snowy. And here, watch now, okay? And see it when we show you the pictures closer. We have Annie with her beautiful big cat, like a calico kind of cat, and her sweater. And we see the cat all rolled up, keeping cozy warm, and Annie's wool socks, and her overalls, and her vest, and then, oh, a blue jay right there, her boot, her hat, mittens, and the pattern keeps repeating, okay? So that is our clue on what's coming to the next page. Remember what we saw? The cat being cozy, her winter clothing, right? Something was wrong with Annie's cat. Taffy had stopped playing. Okay, now I'll finish this and I'm going to show you again the border. She ate more than usual. She slept all day long. She curled up in strange places. Here she's sleeping on the potatoes in the house. Well, that's odd, isn't it? Now, okay, here's her cat, and there's in the border, we see the cat, Taffy. Taffy's eating almost to the bowl sideways, right? And here's Annie playing, and here's Taffy showing up in really strange places like the basket. More eating, more sleeping. Sleeping even when the mice are right there. So something's funny with Taffy. Don't worry, Taffy's okay. Okay, so here comes the border. Look again. Now this time we see Taffy outside. It's still snowy, right? But Taffy is crawling up into a tree. Here's Taffy's footprints. She's walking out into the snow. So Taffy's getting ready to go on a journey. That's what it's telling us is going to happen next. One morning, Annie could not find Taffy anymore. She looked and looked, but Taffy was gone. Annie was lonely. I need a new friend, she thought. See, she's so sad. She's missing her buddy. Okay, now look at the border. We have wild animals this time. We have moose, right? All kinds of different pictures of moose. Annie placed a corn cake at the edge of the woods. She imagined a small furry animal coming out of the woods and becoming her pet. Remember, this tells us something. I bet you know, don't you? Here it comes. You know before I even turn the page. What's going to be there? A moose. Yeah, we knew that because of the border. In the morning, the corn cake was gone, and in its place stood a giant moose. He's too big for a pet, Annie thought. I'll have to try again. That night, Annie left another corn cake at the edge of the woods. Okay, look close. What do you see? He has great big ears, big paws. It's called a lynx. Okay. The next morning, the moose was back, and a snarling wildcat was there too. He's too wild to tame, Annie thought. Annie put more corn cakes at the edge of the woods. So corn cakes are like a corn muffin, right? Like a corn muffin. She's making them. Oh, look who might be coming next. A big bear. Yikes, here he comes. The next morning, a big growling bear was there with the moose and the wildcat. Now, I said lynx. They say wildcat. Okay, now ready? This is wicked hard to see. That's what we say in Maine, wicked hard to see. Look close. Taffy is in the tree, but she's not alone in the tree. She's wrapped around some baby kittens. Okay, remember in the last week we saw a book where the story's character kept changing their clothes because of the season? Watch Annie. All right. He's just too grumpy, Annie thought. Annie made as many corn cakes as she could and left them at the edge of the woods. Okay, we have more friends coming. But not friends that Annie could take in the house, no. At dawn, Annie heard the snarls and the growls of wild animals. There was a moose, the wildcat, and the bear. A stag, right, a deer. A stag, a large gray wolf, and a black bear had joined them. None of them is soft and friendly like Taffy, Annie thought. Okay, big change. Look, Annie has taken her jacket off. Now she just has her ski pants, right, and a sweater. And look what's happening to the snow, just like outside here. It's all starting to melt. All the next day, Annie made corn cakes and left them at the edge of the woods. All night long, she heard the sounds of the wild animals eating the corn cakes. Annie awoke to find a large nose sticking through her window. It belonged to the moose. He was still hungry. Holy bananas, that would make me afraid to have that moose's head in my window. And for some reason, it's like all the way through the window. Yikes. Annie looks like she doesn't know what to do either. There were wild animals everywhere. They roared for the next meal. The little house shook. Okay, again, look. Here's Taffy. And it's springtime. And look, the kittens are there. And they're getting big. They're playing, hanging off branches. The animals wanted more corn cakes, but when Annie looked into the barrel of cornmeal, it was empty. She couldn't make any more corn cakes. That's not good for Annie either. Annie was sad. She would never find a pet now. She missed Taffy so much. Now again, look, I see flowers poking up through the snow. Maybe crocuses. And if you notice, Taffy has come out of the tree with her kittens. All night a warm breeze blew from the south. The snow melted. Plants pushed their way through the soil and the trees sprouted buds. Got stuck. The woods were coming alive again. The wild animals went back into the woods. They would find food there, now that spring had finally come. Then, as unexpected as the warm spring breeze, Taffy walked proudly towards Annie. Look, she's got her tail up. She's happy. She's coming home. Taffy, Annie exclaimed, you've come home. Where have you been? Taffy looked back the way she had come. Out of the woods came 3 soft and friendly kittens. Annie wouldn't be lonely anymore. Right? She's got a white kitty, a black kitty. Oh, there it is, a little gray kitty, another white kitty, and Taffy. Isn't that a great little story? So, in review, both of these stories this week had such amazing, cool illustrations. The wood cut paper illustrations of everyday birds. Love this one. I highly recommend it. And then Jan Brett's work, she does her own illustrations. So come on in the library and get a good book. Get yourself in the spring mood, okay? Well, the birds are our craft today. So we're going to transition right now, and we're going to head over to the wee old craft table. That is my St. Patrick's Day wee old language right there. And we're going to go over to the craft table, and I'm going to show you how to make your very own bird. See you in a minute. Back we are at the wee old craft table on St. Patty's Day. Yes, I was so inspired by these beautiful birds in our book today, Everyday Birds, that was the inspiration for me to do the craft. I really was shooting for more of a brighter orange here. Didn't happen, and I learned a lesson, so I'm going to share my lesson so it doesn't happen to you. What I did first, I used paint, and I painted the blue on all over first. Then I didn't let it dry fully. I have a bad habit of that. So then while it was still wet, I tried to go in with the orange and the white, and what happened is they're muted. So it's not quite the vivid color I was shooting for, but it gets the point across, and I think they're sweet little birds. Whoops, and they do stand up. See, he does stand up. I just tipped him over. And there he is, and he's got his little googly eyes on both sides, and his feathers. He's got fun little feathers, both wing feathers and tail feathers. So this is how I made him. You stay right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. Well, never mind. All right. So he's fine. He's right over there by himself. So this is the unpainted version, as you can see, and see the bottom gets splayed, And if you don't put too much paint, you're going to be able to have a little rockin' bird. Don't. Okay, there's that. So how do you make this? You go like this. So you'll get a circle, a big circle in your kit. And actually you're going to get two. I had to think for a minute. I haven't made this craft for a little bit. And you're going to take the two big circles and you're going to glue the two circles together. You're going to leave one end open and you're going to separate them, right, gently. You don't want to crease really. You just want to coax the paper to do a little rounding. There we go. Okay, I got it. Okay, so you want to go ahead and do that, and you glue 2/3, like 75% of the top of the two rounded circles. And set that to the side so this can dry. You know, I'm not very good at that, waiting that is, but that's what that is. Okay, while that is drying, you want to get your single circle, and you're going to have two little matching. We hope they're going to match. If not, just trim them down a little bit. I'll do my best to get them to match. They're small. There we go. Okay, so two little matching beaks. All right, and you want to separate the two sides and put glue, and then put the glue and pinch it, and pinch the front too. While that dries, you want to give it a good little pinch, and there's the beak. Okay, and the double thickness just gives it a little more strength. Okay, so you go back. Now you have this guy and you have these two. There we go. All right, now this one won't be fully dried, and you want to sneak this circle inside the double circles. Imagine that these stayed on, because I can't. I've only got two hands. Okay, so now we have our glued double, our bird's face with the beak. Yeah, okay. All right, now, while again, it's still just tacky glue, right? I don't mean actual tacky glue, but not quite stuck together. You want to fold down the top edges like this, okay? Right, so now this is splayed on the bottom, and this is bent with a true bend in it at the top. Okay, now I'm going to switch. So you're at this stage now. You see, this is glued, the middle, the circle is glued, the beak is glued. I have pressed down the top, okay, and in the back, yep, that's one, feels thick. In the back, I want to place the tail. Now, I want to get scissors or ask for help, and you want to do your cutting. That way, well, the tail's all cut. This, the wing, you have to cut. So you want to cut the wing into pieces so they look more like feathers. Okay, so that's that. You will have various colored of the googly eyes in your kit, and you decide when's the right time. I put my eyes on my bird before I painted. I don't know if I don't have any wisdom about that, so I think either way would work. So now you color or paint. I used acrylic craft paint. You could use markers. Oh, there's my glue. Yep, I knew I had my glue. There it is. Yeah, so now you want to color it all up beautifully. Maybe you come in and get a book like this gorgeous book as an inspiration. And then you finalize your sticking of the googly eyes, and you want to bend up the feathers both at the wing area and the tail, just like this. And then you'll have your version of your beautiful springtime bird. And please bring it in. It would be awesome. to get some pictures on the Facebook page of some gorgeous birds. Okay? So until next time, tweet, tweet. See ya later. Bye-bye.